This is episode 5 of the NintenDUO Podcast, hosted by Remco and Tycho and our special guest Tim from Germany. And in this episode we're going to talk about the Switch 2 chaos, USA shortages, Japan lotteries, and the EU gets nothing, Europe. So, the headlines at a glance, Remco. There are too many Switch 2 pre-orders in the USA. We're going to dive deep into that because you guys in the USA, you have a problem. Yeah. Too many people want to Switch 2. And there aren't that many Switch 2s. Furukawa, he promised a lot. Well, too bad for you. But not only for the USA, also for Japan.
Selling us short.
Selling them short. Lotteries in Japan, there's lots of stuff happening. But, the conclusion, there's not enough Switch 2s. Not in Japan, not in the USA. But, fun fact, also not in Europe. There's no Switch 2s anywhere. So
no news, no nothing.
No news, no nothing. We're going to talk about that. Yeah. We're going to talk about Fallout. I don't know why, but Tim felt like it, so we're going to dive a little bit deeper. Yeah. And what else, Remco? Amiibo news. Amiibo news.
We're going to dive into the new Amiibos.
Yeah, yay.
We're going to dive in the Switch 2 game prices. Also the differences in the US and over
Germany,
Germany,
because he's from Germany, so let's include Germany in this podcast, but we're from the Netherlands, so but anyways,
And
Retro Rewind.
Retro Rewind, let's see if Tycho is gonna guess the game I've chosen for him this week.
Yes, so thank you for tuning in. Push that like button down below. If you're watching this, let us know in the comment section down below. Any suggestions or just anything, just a smiley face would already be nice. And let's start. Too many Switch 2 pre-orders in the USA, and Remco's gonna tell you all about it. So too many Switch 2 pre-orders in the USA due to high demand. And Nintendo, on the official Nintendo website, they said, fill me up.
Yeah, so the 5th of June, that was originally the date for the Nintendo Switch 2 for the release, and they said on the official site that they're not going to guarantee that if you pre-order a Nintendo Switch 2, that you're going to get one on the 5th of June, and it may be a little bit later. So,
and
crazy.
I want to say, I thought this was crazy, because you told me yesterday, and my first response was, hey, this goes against everything that Mr. Talk-A-Lot, a.k.a. Furukawa, the president of Nintendo Japan, said. Because Furukawa said he would do everything
in his power
to
give us
to prevent
this
from happening. The failure that happened with the Switch 1 launch, there were not enough Switches, and now apparently it is happening.
Yeah, but that's strange because of the high demand of so many people pre-ordering it, and it's crazy because I think all the factories were stocked up. They expected the amount of Switches they had to Switch 2 had to deliver to America. So
for months,
and
they know how successful the Switch 1 was. It's like you and me, even Tim right here, we would all be able to predict that millions of people would want to. How many people? Is there a number actually? How many people want to? Tried to pre-order the Switch?
I don't have exact numbers. Japan, I know, but but that's the next. Our next question or our next news item. For this, I know lots of people were pre-ordering or even like pre-ordering on different stores. So there were also YouTubers saying like, "Oh, I'll pre-order it in 2 free websites because." And the websites, they weren't working that well, actually.
Are you talking about beat 'em ups now? Wood? WOOD? Wood from beat 'em ups? Are you talking about
him? But many YouTubers are pre-ordering it because they're saying like,
from
multiple stores, so just spread your chances and maybe you'll get one at least.
I saw this video, so Wood, so we're not doing that because he was in the middle of the night pressing F5 and at GameStop and at Walmart, Target, I don't know. And then, so not GameStop, and on GameStop he's going to, on the day itself he's going to go to GameStop, pre-orders one here and there, maybe one will cancel it. But you and me, we're not doing that, Remco. So maybe...
No, but we're not ordering from the US, but
yeah, that is true.
but still, but one of the things also Nintendo said, like the 5th of June is not guaranteed, right? And
Yeah.
I think it's also because lots of people are pre-ordering. Well, it's more than they expected, but people are also maybe pressing that button more, and maybe Nintendo US panic, like, we don't have enough. And maybe that's why they put it on the official website. Like, well, we cannot guarantee it, but still, it's strange because they should have anticipated it.
It is very strange. Because you would almost maybe think, like, maybe they say it as a lie. Is it a lie, you know? But why would
people,
they?
Yeah.
Like, oh. No, but what's the advantage there?
No, none. I don't understand. Like,
because then people would worry and want to pre-order, but more.
Yeah.
They would want to pre-order more, maybe. Like, oh shit, maybe there's not enough. Let's pre-order now.
Yeah, but on more shortages and more shortages.
But maybe there's not a shortage.
Maybe there's
You know, maybe it's a trick.
Yeah, because
Kinda.
At first people were saying, like, I'm not sure I'm gonna buy a Switch 2. That was like I heard people talking about, and now everybody wants it, and the game prices is still a problem. But yeah, I don't know.
It is a big problem, yeah, but I think it's not connected to this. But yeah, it's
No,
a big problem.
But
game price.
I mean, like, you have to buy it. So if you're gonna buy a Switch 2, you have to buy a game for a Switch 2, right?
At least.
At least.
One,
So
at least one, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe Nintendo wasn't expecting it, but yeah.
Something else also. In the same video from Wood from Beat 'em Ups, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. So he went to a GameStop, and then this GameStop employee told him, so this is for the people in the US, because here in the Netherlands or in Germany, we don't have GameStop, but it was in Germany before, you said, right? Earlier this morning, Tim, GameStop.
GameStop was in Germany, yeah.
Yeah. So, but we never had GameStop here in the Netherlands, so I don't understand actually why, but it has nothing to do with this talk.
No,
why didn't we have GameStop and Germany did? That's,
I don't know. But
God damn it. Like, those Germans. Okay.
No,
why didn't we have GameStop? You know what?
I don't know,
we have Intertoys and Bart Smit. You know?
Well,
but okay.
For the same reason, right? Because then they would promise us, well, we have 100 Nintendo Switch 2 in stock, right? Because that Beat 'em Up was talking about.
that was
I think
promise.
that was the promise. Like, we're gonna have 100, no problem, no worries.
Yeah.
But now it's not even 1/3 of it. It's 30.
Yes.
30.
That's what this employee told Wood. Because GameStop, you know, on their website or something, they said every GameStop in the US will have 100 Switch 2s, right?
Yeah.
But this employee said, no, we just have 30.
Yeah,
so that is...
yeah, that's concerning. It's
concerning.
If
Nice
it's really true. But we talked about this also another time, about all these employees and people putting on these signs, like, with the price of Nintendo Switch 2. Like, how much information does this employee have? Is it somebody working the store? Is it the manager? Or is it... I don't know. What is his...
it's those Hong Kong employees also.
Yeah. So how much value does this statement have? Actually, it is something, because you're working the store, but and the Switch 2 is coming on the 5th of June, so they might have a little bit more information. But still, I'm hoping it's for the people in the US, it's 100 Switches instead of a 30.
It could also be that this employee is lying, of course, to make him a little bit more nervous. But I don't think. I mean, would someone do that? Yeah.
Well, it's definitely always good to have some headlines, right, in the marketing department.
Yeah,
and that creates headlines.
Yeah, it creates demand also. Like,
in the game.
Yeah.
So people didn't want it, now want it more because,
they have this urgency to act fast, so they might not think twice about the price.
US is first, like, maybe there's not enough stock, and now that Japan comes with, well, we're worried that we don't have enough Nintendo Switch 2 on launch date, because in Japan last week there was a raffle lottery, and if you applied or you got a ticket, you could get a pre-order to get the Nintendo Switch 2. But they didn't expect that many people to actually, participate in this lottery. It was like 2.2 million, and they were like, "Whoa, that's too many! Whoa, it's crazy!" And like, but people want to buy this. There are problems with pre-order, and it's not really like unexpected, right?
I would definitely not think it's expected. How many people in Japan play games? Have everyone probably, and how many citizens does Japan have? You were there 2 times. Did you count them, Remco, when you were there?
No, but millions.
69 million.
69 million?
69?
Is that a 69
that's
joke?
an uneducated guess.
It's a 69 joke. Okay.
Oh, in Tokyo alone, it's already in the 30s, I think, 30, 40, something like that. Million.
It's 20, I think.
20? Yeah. Okay, we'll
You'll
check that out later. But
well, maybe we can ask Alexa.
Oh yeah,
Alexa, how many citizens are there in Japan?
There aren't any Man City Japan soccer games.
Okay, thank you.
Well, there aren't any, she said. Okay.
It's empty.
I guess something
My
happened.
pleasure. Just doing my job.
You're doing a bad
Enjoy
job.
your Sunday afternoon.
So, and that's, ladies and gentlemen, it's Sunday afternoon at the moment of recording. And rest in peace, the people in Japan. So, well, that means, okay, so the lottery.
So Nintendo might not meet the demands of the people, and that's crazy because Furukawa, Sir Talk a Lot.
Sir Talk a Lot. Wait. Just why do we call him Sir Talk a Lot? Maybe we just need to elaborate a little bit, or
yeah, because before the Nintendo Direct of Nintendo Switch 2, he at first Nintendo wasn't talking about the Switch 2, but after the first Direct, after the video, the
trailer or something?
The trailer of the Switch 2. Afterwards, Furukawa was talking a lot about the Switch. We want to have the Nintendo Switch 2. We want enough Nintendo Switch 2s on launch date. We want to avoid scalpers. We want to avoid the high prices of for Nintendo Switch 2. He was talking all sorts of things.
Yeah, and every few days he kept on talking and talking. Yeah, I bought a broccoli yesterday and tried to cook it. Yeah, okay, and also, eventually me and Remco, we were like, okay, it's a little bit much, Furukawa.
Yeah, because he was also talking about the tariffs, also about the stock in Taiwan of the Nintendo Switch 2, loads of things.
Maybe a bit nervous also.
Maybe. I thought at first, like, okay, well, sure. And then now... not saying he's
not
lying
so
to
sure.
us, but...
oh, sorry, what did you say?
I'm not so sure that he's lying to us. I'm not saying that, but I'm like, well, I was expecting a little bit more because, come on, give us the new Nintendo Switch 2, please.
Yeah, well, give us would be nice.
Give us, yeah.
What is the release date?
The 5th of June.
5th of June,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's soon, yeah.
It's coming closer. Okay.
Did you find the citizens in Japan? Did you look it up?
Yeah, I got it's more than 69. It's 120.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, but Tokyo alone is...
Okay, so 120 million people in Japan.
So we
and Nintendo thought, okay, so they're doing a lottery. How many people,
2.2 million.
Like how many people?
Too many,
yeah.
so...
Yeah, it's quite a lot actually, right? 2.2 million.
So it's like...
Japan.
So it's like 2% of the whole population is going to buy a Nintendo Switch 2. More or less.
Did they buy this ticket actually? Was it a free lottery ticket or did they pay for it?
It's a raffle. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Yeah, because that matters. If it's free, then of course 2.2 million. But if it costs money, I don't know. How much? You understand? Like 2.2 million. That's quite a lot.
What do you mean? Yeah, it's just a lottery ticket, right?
They bought it.
Yeah, I think they bought it. Yeah.
Hmm.
But 2.2 million people wanted to get the pre-order, but I don't know how many eventually did get one.
Because it says 2.2 million applications,
Yes.
So it's something online, right?
Yeah, so 2.2 million people.
And maybe it's free. It's just like, fill in your name and email and then you join the lottery, something like that.
No.
Because then, of course, 2.2 million would... I mean, I would also, right, if it's free. Of course.
Yeah.
But if it's €10, then I would still do
How can it be too many people that are taking part of this taking part in this
yeah,
lottery.
they
Good question.
expected like, oh, maybe just 1 million people want to Switch too.
Yeah,
But
just
I mean, the prices are capped, right?
so the problem
The
is
Nintendo's.
maybe there are not enough Switch 2s made yet. So the factory, people want to have the Switch 2. Maybe there's not enough Switch 2s. That's the
But how does
problem.
this lottery work? I mean, the more people take part in it, the more winners are there. Or
I think it's
Nintendo realized, like, oh, wait a second, 2.2 million people are participating in this lottery. We might not have enough Switch 2s on June 5th.
okay, so
the demand is very high.
I see. Okay, it
Yeah.
was not about the lottery itself, but
No,
more like
I think the lottery is
demand,
Mhm,
purely
it
the demand,
was-
because based on the lottery, they didn't expect the demand to be that huge.
Okay, I see.
And I don't really understand why they were like maybe underselling it. Like, well, why? Lots of people want it, and
Yeah.
because also the Nintendo Direct was also very popular. People were saying it was a success. So
Yeah,
I
and
think
Switch 1. So 8
Yeah.
years long.
I don't really understand it.
Yeah.
But that's me. But
Well, me too.
Bowser fucked
but
up.
well, that's all the news on Japan pre-orders.
So, yeah.
Or do you have
Good luck.
anything more to
People
say
in Japan.
about people in Japan? Good luck.
Yeah.
Gambate.
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 Matane.
Matane.
Minasan. But you know what's really sad? Here in Europe, there's no pre-orders at all. So, boo-hoo-hoo people in Japan. But here in Europe, we're not able to order a Switch anywhere. Not on any website. Bol.com, Amazon, it doesn't matter.
Media market. No, we don't have any options for the pre-order for the consoles itself. For the games, we see things, but the console,
Yeah, we can
no
order
news,
games, Pro
nothing.
controllers, this, that, but consoles not available. There's no date. There's no news.
Nothing.
There's also hardly any games compared to the US, by the way. So yeah, we have 10
Yeah.
games.
That's
so
crazy.
Europe is doing worse than you,
Yeah.
unless you're from Europe. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's it. There's nothing to say about this for the rest because
No, but
there is nothing to say.
th-
There's
there
no
is
news. There's nothing.
But do you expect that
I didn't
the
expect this.
pre-orders are? Huh?
I
No,
didn't expect this.
But do you expect that there are pre-orders that are coming, maybe next month or in a few weeks? Do you expect something like that, or there isn't going to be any, or no pre-orders any, or what do you think?
I think maybe remember in the 90s we were kids and he was not born yet.
In the 90s.
Yeah, okay, he was.
Oh yeah.
But remember in
Pretty
the
much.
90s, yeah, like Europe was last, right? But we didn't notice because there was no internet. But Europe was last, First released it in Japan, then the States, and then Europe maybe a few months later.
Mhm.
GameCube maybe even as well, because
Yeah, maybe a week difference or something.
I think
or
4
few-
months or something, 4 or 5 months, because I think
yeah?
the GameCube came out in November 2001, and then here in Europe like March or something 2002. March
in,
or April.
In May it came out. The GameCube.
Okay, but 2002, and it was already in 2001 in the States.
Yeah.
That's I'm positive. I'm not going to make a joke about something that popped up in my head right now.
Okay,
So
well.
has nothing to do with Nelson. So, anyways, Remco, continue.
Yeah, but it's already getting a bit late for the pre-orders for Nintendo Switch 2 in Europe. So
Yeah.
I'm quite scared. Like, oh, I'm gonna get my pre-order, or I'm just gonna go to the store and just grab it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, how many will there be in that store? 30 or more in this?
Yeah.
Bart Smith or
Yeah.
Isn't it like that every store for itself can do this pre-order thing?
Yeah.
I think there's a limit, like a cap, indeed, because otherwise
Yeah, they can also
there's
say
not
we-
enough switches.
No, but they can also say we don't do pre-orders. Some
Yeah,
stores
of
do
course,
that,
of
but
course, I think they're gonna be some at least.
let's hope so.
A couple of weeks ago, a
If
couple of weeks before the release.
we have to go to Germany to get a Nintendo Switch 2
Yeah, you're happily invited.
at the Media Market Saturn, right?
Saturn.
Come
Saturn.
over.
Yeah. Yeah.
But are you want to pre-order your Switch, or what's your plan?
I'm not sure right now because it's getting so late and it's almost June, almost the 5th of June. It's coming.
He's anxious. He doesn't get it on
Okay.
15.
Yeah.
My plan is just 2 weeks ahead or something to order it on bol.com, the Dutch Amazon. That's like 2 weeks ahead. That's it.
Yeah, like sort of a pre-order, but
Sort
just,
of like a pre-order. I'm just gonna order it there.
I think that's the best plan of action.
I mean, and if it's
here
not
in
there,
Europe.
then Amazon.nl. But that's the plan.
Yeah. It sounds like a plan. Yeah.
And I don't feel like... Okay, we can go to a store, like physically, like in 2002.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to stand like in the queue, like,
is there a queue even? Will there be a queue?
But that's an event.
that's an event. Yeah,
Yeah, but
maybe
it's
some stores.
You think
do
so?
it. I don't know.
Here?
I think so.
They've done it also with wasn't it with the Switch One also? A few stores. I know
just
with
ordered
other
it.
consoles they do it. That people are standing in line, like waiting. And
Actually, where did you buy your Switch One?
I bought it. I think at bol.com or something. Yeah.
Okay, because I went to the media market,
Oh,
like live, you know,
wow.
awful store. You know, they try to upsell a lot of stuff. Like, do you want insurance? Because what if it drops?
yeah.
Yeah, sure, yeah, okay.
And then you dropped it.
I took the insurance.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Fuckers.
got upsell. Oh.
Yeah.
You want a special bottle of water for Mario. Only 10 euros.
But it reminds me, because on my iPhone 5, you know, I never took insurance, right?
Oh.
But then with the iPhone, I did, you know, iPhone 5, I did. And then I thought, you know, all the upselling, you know, this upselling, next iPhone 8, I was not, you know, I felt like, I'm not going to do it. So I had T-Mobile, try to, no. I don't need any insurance. Thank you very much. But then 2 days later, I dropped my phone. And it was in an official Apple case also, the expensive one from leather, you know, like real nice 60 euro case.
Oh.
But, you know, just like this.
Yeah.
So it fell, you know, on concrete floor, and it shattered into pieces 2 days after the release of the iPhone 8.
Oh.
So you're
No
saying
insurance.
Everybody should get insurance.
So this is a commercial, and take your insurance. You live a happy life.
Medium, best store.
Yeah. So I paid big money to get my screen replaced, but no insurance anymore. I'm not going to do that. Actually, no. So you just have to watch your Switch or your phone, you know, just don't drop it.
Don't drop it.
I mean, do you take insurance for your stuff, your phone or something?
I have like a main insurance for everything. I don't do it separately.
Me too.
So I'm not doing additional insurance, no.
I just don't drop my stuff.
I just pay like I mean 5 or 10 euros a month for those kind of insurance.
Like I also pay 25 euro per month for everything. Like
For everything,
if I
but it's also for that.
bump against someone's car, if someone burns my house down, stuff like that. Yeah,
The usual stuff.
everything is insured, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but
Europe. That's
Europe.
the Europe talk, and everyone who is gone already because no one gives an F about Europe.
no Europe.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go to the next headline. Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, new Amiibos. We have the Sages, and there's also the Street Fighter 6 Amiibos. So
Big news indeed.
big
And by the way, where are our Amiibos now? Because usually we put them in frame, but we forgot today because we have a guest right here, Tim. But because
yeah,
a lot of things are happening. So,
Tim.
but our Amiibos, because we have two, Dr. Mario and Ganondorf. And for those of you who don't know, we are Smash Brothers. Our guest Tim, by the way, is not a Smash Brother, right?
Not that much, no.
no.
So.
You taught me a lesson last time.
And in the future, there might be another lesson for Tim, and who knows, it might pop up here on this YouTube channel, a Smash Brothers lesson.
Yeah.
So yes, this Amiibo news. You said the Sages, so those are the ones that help Link in his adventure in Tears of the Kingdom, right?
Like the special powers they give him, like
yeah.
Sidon.
The little,
Yeah, the holograms who are walking with
guy.
him. You can summon them, and
yeah, they're constantly in frame, also, right? As I remember, like constantly they're following you.
yeah.
Like it's a full.
And sometimes you accidentally press a button, like, I didn't want to do that, and
just like in real life,
gust of wind, and I don't know, or lightning comes out of the sky, or
yeah.
stuff like that, like normal stuff.
Oh wait,
Look
at this Pikachu. There's this wire in front of Pikachu actually here the whole time. See?
Oh yeah,
That's a little bit.
lightning. Yeah.
That's better, I guess.
Yeah, and
But the news is actually about these amiibos that the Street Fighter amiibos are €40. So the Zelda ones are 30, and the Street Fighter 6 amiibos, this game, 2 years old, are €40 per piece. Oh, maybe actually let's ask Tim a question. Tim, what is an amiibo?
That is that is a handheld thing that comes with the, with the Nintendo stuff and.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. I thought already, not everyone knows what an amiibo is.
No.
Yeah. And he's here in this conversation like, okay, amiibo.
You know what an amigo is?
I know what an amigo is. What is an amiibo?
It's almost the same. You have amigo and amiibo.
But if you look behind Remco, you can see a little Dr. Mario.
Oh, yeah.
And that's an amiibo, like a little plastic statue.
Okay, so collector's items.
Yeah, and so imagine a Street Fighter 6 one, and I'm paying €40 for this Street Fighter 6 amiibo. Yeah. Made of cheap plastic, also because it's not like It's really it feels cheap. The amiibo,
it's the brand. It's the brand.
You want
that
to feel
makes
it?
the price.
You want to feel the amiibo?
It's difficult.
No,
now.
you can show me your amiibo.
You have to open it.
I can get it.
Okay, Remco's trying to get it.
Show me your amiibo.
You have the Dr. Mario one.
Can you? Is Ganon hard to grab or? Because if you have Doctor, then we also need Ganon. I feel,
Here you go.
Okay, something to play with.
I don't know
give
this
him
guy.
some toys.
Okay, this guy obviously everybody knows.
Here.
Yeah.
But who's that?
Yeah. This is Ganondorf. This is
The one who beat his ass last time.
This one beat that one's ass.
Okay.
So
don't
Ganondorf
wanna
is the
remember
bad
him.
guy in Zelda games,
I see.
Zelda is like this green guy who has to save the princess, and Dr. Mario is Mario.
It's perspective. Maybe Ganondorf is saving Zelda from Link. I don't know.
Could be. Maybe Link is like, she's in a terror, how do you call it? So, like a domestic violent relationship, and then Ganondorf is saving her.
He's trying to save.
Yeah. Could be.
It could be, I think.
But what about Dr. Mario then? Because he is like curing everyone. Well, okay. We're deviating a little bit.
Yeah, but one thing about the amiibo. So the Street Fighter amiibo is going to cost €40. But how much was the Street Fighter game? The price?
Good question, Remco. And the answer to that
what's
question is €60, which is just €20 less.
Yeah.
So that is funny,
So are you going to buy the amiibo, the game, or both? Because it's going to set you back €100 if you're going to buy both of them. Or just a game, €60.
It's insane. Look, in the past, we never bought amiibos. What's the reason that you never bought amiibos, actually, all those years? Like, last 10 years you didn't buy any? Last 15 years? Because I think it started at the Wii.
Yeah, it started at the Wii, but...
or Wii U.
But there weren't...
Wii U,
there weren't, like, that many amiibos at start. Like, there were a few, and like, okay, well... And now we have the Ganondorf amiibo. Well, you have actually another Tears of the Kingdom edition. Ganondorf.
Yeah.
Also amiibo, and they're making...
I feel like you're avoiding the question, Remco. The question is, why didn't you buy them?
Well, why would I? Yeah. I didn't buy them, I didn't see any amiibos that I really liked, so... that was the answer. Yeah.
I approve of this answer. I approve.
And now you have the Ganondorf and even the Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf
because
amiibo. And
some people buy all the amiibos, eh?
Yeah.
Like Samuel Hübner Casado from the Power Limited, who's not so good in Smash Brothers. He buys them all. But hundreds of amiibos, right? But I also never bought them. But I just thought it's a little bit like a waste of money. That was my reason. It's nice, but yeah.
Yeah, what I was like, what
€20
gonna give you? Like, okay, well, a little extra in the game. Like, okay, well, get some stored data. Yeah. But for €40, I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's a bit hefty price.
The price is now more than doubled than it was in the past. It was like €15 to €20, right? And now it's 40. Which is insane for an amiibo. And people are going to buy it.
Yeah.
Because, imagine just if if I also know myself. If I buy one amiibo, because now we have one amiibo. But if I would have bought one or two amiibos back in the past, when it was just, maybe there were 5. I would have bought 1 or 2. Eventually I buy, the other 3. That's how it goes.
Buy all. Got to catch them all.
I would buy them all, you understand? No, that's also why I don't buy other stuff, like Yu-Gi-Oh cards or One Piece. Because if I start to buy, this stuff, I will buy it all. I will spend all my money on it.
Becomes an
I see a
obsession,
Pip-Boy
an
right
addiction.
there.
Hmm?
I see a Pip-Boy.
A pit boy.
A Pip-Boy.
Yeah. Well, we're here on a Nintendo podcast, the NintenDUO Podcast. But indeed, Tim.
Well, it's collector's items, right?
Yes, that is true. So Tim is going to explain to you guys right now what a Pip-Boy is, because you as a viewer, the Nintendo audience doesn't know what's a Pip-Boy.
No, come on.
So
I think Fallout is one of the biggest video game franchises.
What?
Fallout?
Fallout, yes, the
Yes.
Fallout series,
Hmm.
and that is known to most Nintendo geeks, I would assume. So,
Well, it's not on a Nintendo console, Fallout.
yeah, that's true.
So, but okay. So, and what's a Pip-Boy?
Oh, that's the little guy. That's the mascot of the company that is actually building the vaults that are central for the Fallout universe.
Interesting.
What happens in the vault stays in the vault, blah, 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 blah. Because in Vault 101, no one ever enters, no one ever leaves. So, and now the question for you, Tim, is from what Fallout game is this quote?
Vault 101, I think that's Fallout 3.
Very good. Very good. Chapeau.
Alright.
Yes, but this Pip-Boy, which is actually like an Amiibo statue of this, mascot thing. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it's from Fallout 4, the limited edition here. There's also the
Fallout 4, the Pip-Boy you have.
yes.
Okay.
And also there's something else there in this closet what you cannot see at home, unfortunately. What you put around your arm in Fallout, the thing. How was it called? The you know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
Like the
yes,
character has
yes,
something,
yes,
and then
yes,
every
yes.
time. That's also over there. You see, like there's a green Pip-Boy.
That is the Pip-Boy, right?
You can put it around your arm. No, I mean the statue is also there. The Pip-Boy is standing there.
the statue and the arm.
I got.
the arm
That
computer.
is the Pip-Boy. The Pip-Boy 3000 maybe.
Exactly.
And you can put it around. This one you can really put it around your arm also. I paid
Oh,
big.
shit.
Like a
Yeah,
dual
it's-
disc from Yu-Gi-Oh!
You can put it around your arm, like the green Pip-Boy. What you see, that is the screen, the monitor of the.
Now I see it. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
it's
yes.
a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is that I bought this limited edition of Fallout 4 with this, stuff included, everything. Yeah, it's a funny story.
Yeah.
Remco's laughing already.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, here comes the story he tells every Christmas.
It comes.
It's so funny. Here it comes to save the day. He-Man. I bought this before I had the PlayStation 4. Yeah, so I didn't have this PlayStation 4, but I bought this game because I loved Fallout 3. Because in Vault 101, no one ever enters, no one ever leaves. And I was so excited to buy a PS4, but that didn't happen. So I had this game for many, many months. Eventually, I lended the game to Vincent, and he played this game all the way through, multiple times, like hundreds of hours. He played this game, Fallout 4. Then my ex gave me this PlayStation 4 for my birthday. So eventually, I wanted my game back. But I still never played it. So
I know.
I never played Fallout 4. And it's a shame because I was looking so much forward to it. But then time progressed, cyberpunk stuff happened, and life finds a way.
Yeah.
Tim, from what movie is that quote?
Jurassic Park 1.
Very good.
Of course.
And
Very
I
good.
think that was all we had to say about the Amiibo, right? Pip-Boy 3000.
Yeah, that's all the Amiibo news.
That's all the
Fallout also. Yeah, I don't know. The Fallout Amiibo, please buy it. Or
Yeah. Please buy the Fallout Amiibo. Oh, okay. While we're here in the subject, just one last question, Tim. Did you see the Fallout TV show?
I did, and I liked it very much. It's
Okay.
great.
I'm still working on it. And you, Remco?
It's good.
I didn't, but
Season 2 is coming up.
oh, well, let's Fallout to the next headline now.
Alrighty then. So news came out that the Switch 2 upgrades for Kirby and Forgotten Land, Badi Badua, and Mario Party Jamboree will cost $20. So Switch 2 upgrades. That means if you have the Switch 1 game and you want to upgrade it to your Switch 2 version, you pay $20. We don't have this game, but you had a friend, or you have a friend, and who has this Mario Party game, right?
Yeah, Mario Party,
So he has a-
Jamboree. Yeah.
So he just has to pay $20.
Yeah, so you already paid like €60 for the first one, and then
Yeah.
$20 or probably also euros.
Yeah, well, he lives here, so
Yeah,
probably
but-
euros, yeah.
So in total, $80 then.
Yeah.
$80 for
For the total package to play it on the Switch too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A lot.
So,
Is that a lot? You think that's a lot?
$80
For-
for one game?
For one game, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is pricey, yeah. And then just 20... It's...
yeah.
Yeah, but just $20 for the upgrade, for the graphical upgrade for the Switch 2,
Well, no.
right?
Because it's $10 for the
wait.
graphical upgrade.
Yeah.
And if Nintendo did something else, like, okay, they added some extra levels in there and Kirby can suck up anything, then it's $20. Or had some
I
new
thought he can already do that.
mini games in Mario Party, and some new mini games, $20. If it's just graphical upgrades, it's only $10. But for example, so Tim, just imagine, because Tim right here,
I don't know shit.
you don't have a Switch.
Yeah,
You play games on the PC and on the PlayStation.
true.
So just imagine, you would have a Switch and you buy this game, World of Warcraft, for example, on your Switch.
Mhm.
And then the Switch 2 comes out and you want to, you're able to play this Switch 1 World of Warcraft version on your Switch 2. You put it in, it would work. But pay $10 more, and then the graphics would also look nicer.
It's just like a remaster.
Yeah, but then for $10 more. So, because normally, if you would put a PlayStation 1 game here, PS2 or PS2 and PS3, it would already run a bit smoother, look a little bit nicer, a little bit crispier, you understand? But here you have to pay for it. If then Blizzard makes more content, they put another certain, I don't know, like another race in it. We're going to talk about that again. But another race in this World of Warcraft game, then $10 extra.
That's like an add-on.
Yeah, like a DLC.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
That's...
That means
Okay, well then it's extra. you know,
Then it's okay.
Yeah,
it's
then-
new content. That's
that's okay.
actually
That's acceptable.
that's more reason to pay a little bit more money.
Because they done a little bit more work for it, more effort to create extra things.
Yeah, but just
So-
the graphic update. I don't even like the update for free. I want to play in the original condition. I'm playing World of Warcraft Classic because of that, actually. So, but maybe I'm standing alone with that. But
Well, right here in this living room, you are
Yeah,
indeed.
you're all alone.
but 10 euros for a remaster is I don't know. Maybe it depends on how good it is. Maybe.
Yeah, but just imagine, like, you have a PS1 game and then you put it in your PS2,
Mm-hmm.
and it would look exactly the same. I mean, but the machine could, run it, nicer. But then you have to pay for it, and then something will be unlocked that the machine does something to this game, and then it will, look nicer. You understand? Like, they're holding it back.
Yeah, that is an unnecessary money grabbing.
It's a bit nasty. That's,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
what
bit
I
nasty,
said a
yes,
few
yes,
weeks
yes.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
Nintendo's
nasty.
getting a little bit greedy with this. I think.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but the news is, because we didn't know for sure how much would these upgrades be. Well, $20 and maybe €30. Because here in Europe,
Yeah.
everything's more expensive.
Yeah, I think they're gonna slap us with €30. Like,
Yeah, well, okay, 25 or whatever. but
Okay, let's meet in the middle.
yeah, Malcolm. Switch to game prices, Remco-chan.
Yeah.
I saw on the internet someone named RGT85 who made a video recently about all the game prices that are announced in GameStop. And he also was saying that he saw another video that did the same and he thought it was interesting. And I thought it was interesting that he did it. So, it's like a little bit Inception right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said to Remco, hey, can you look up the prices here in the Netherlands? And because we have our German guest right here, he also checked the German prices. So we're just gonna, quickly tell you guys what these prices are here in Europe. Maybe interesting for you in the States or wherever you're from. Let us know in the comment section down below, by the way.
Yeah.
and it's a little bit higher than in Europe. So, and also what I noticed after you showed me this list that we have here on the monitor is that we have
fewer games.
almost nothing compared to what there's in the States. There's like 30 games or something. You understand? And here there's like 10 or something. But that's okay.
Yeah, if you don't include like the version, like the French version and stuff like that.
Je ne parle pas français.
Mario français.
Omelette au fromage. Omelette au fromage. Oh no. Omelette du fromage. Omelette du fromage. And from what cartoon is that quote, Tim? Omelette du fromage. Omelette du fromage.
I don't know.
Omelette du fromage.
But it's something with cheese and egg, I think.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah.
Something with cheese and egg, indeed.
That was almost correct.
Yes. So
Close, but no cigar.
it was the episode. Did you see Dexter?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that's why.
That's impossible. Was there Cartoon Network in Germany?
Yeah, I think so, but that was not my go-to.
Ooh, I loved it.
Okay.
So, like Ed and Nettie?
No, haven't seen
Count
that.
Chicken?
No,
Courage the Cowardly Dog?
no.
No, that's Tom and Jerry. Oh,
That's
okay.
cool.
Wow.
Johnny Bravo.
I know that name, but I
Okay.
haven't seen that series. No.
Okay,
Okay.
I mean, and okay, last question. Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I
And
know
let's
it.
end
I
with
know
a
that
positive note.
that
Yes,
was
thank you very
Saving
much.
grace.
Yeah, you know, I feel like singing the tune songs now, but I won't.
Yeah.
You know, like the intro song.
Start singing the game songs with the prices, please. Because
I'm not able to do that, but I can tell you guys. Okay, so here in the Netherlands, Kirby will cost 70, and in Germany 80. Oh, that's a lot.
yeah,
Mario Kart World 80, 90 in Germany. Bravely Default 40, 40 in Germany. Donkey Kong Bonanza 70 euro, 80 euros for Tim. Super Mario Party Jamboree 70, 80 euros for Tim. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, 70, 80 for him. Tears of the Kingdom Zelda 70, 80 for him. Street Fighter 6 55, that's nasty because it was 50 last week and they added 5 euro and I don't like it,
Fuckers.
but for him it's 60.
Fuckers.
And the last game is Daemon X Machina, which is, okay, the limited edition 100 euro and in Germany not available or something. Huh?
Do they think that we got more money than you? Why is it like that?
Actually, that
I
is
don't know.
interesting because
Yeah.
in Germany usually things are cheaper.
Yeah, but
So-
maybe the it's from the media market Saturn, and
Yeah.
maybe they didn't update their prices yet. I think that's one possibility.
Yes, and the other possibility is that Media Market is generally higher priced than the rest. Because remember last week,
Yeah.
when we had to buy cable for this podcast for you guys,
Oh, for you. We did it
and
for you.
there was only one. Yeah, I mean, this fucking cable right here, it's too short. There was only one cable in this store, 1.5 meters, 40 euro. That's the same as a Street Fighter 6 Amiibo. For this little cable, which is temporarily because it's too short. So, and on bol.com, our favorite web shop, it was for 10 euro for 3 meters or something, right? So
Something like that.
I am,
You're shocked.
I'm shocked and still furious.
Oh,
So, but yeah, Germany, usually things are cheaper,
yeah.
but Media Market is just, is it a German store also? Media Market? Is it like a German company maybe?
I think it's
I don't
very
know.
big in Germany. I think it's
Maybe it's not from the
MediaMarkt, Saturn.
yeah.
Yeah, there's also a Saturn here, right? Like next to Central Station.
Yeah.
I've seen that name. Or maybe it was Saturn and then they changed its name.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
They merged, actually, in Germany.
Ah.
They merged. Before that, there were competition, and now they...
Oh, so that happened here as well, because it was a Saturn next to we ate a pancake last week.
Yeah.
And now it's a Media Market, and I bought that cable there for 40 euro. But I don't like Media Market, because they are upselling, you know?
Yeah.
Insurance, and everything is more expensive.
Yeah. You want insurance for your Amiibo for 40 bucks? 40
So this is just in general to let you know what the prices are here in Europe. And so in Europe, the prices are a little bit higher than in the States. And then especially in Germany, it's more than a little bit higher.
Yeah, and
Nobody knows why.
Yeah, and we cannot pre-order many games. There are a fewer games. So
These are all the games
Yeah.
that we can pre-order. So these 10 games or something. And we cannot order the console. And the rest of the games,
Huh.
I mean, it's not even, they're
Yeah.
not even there yet. Like, not available. No, they're not there on the website at all. The games, like,
yeah, there's nothing.
that's strange.
It's not. Yeah, it's very strange. Like, we
And you know,
we
this-
cry at night.
I want to
because
do a
of
little
this.
bridge here. You want it makes you cry at night? You say?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
But
very
th-
sad.
that's it. Yeah, it's
Because if you, I mean, is it also that you cry in your dream then at this moment, or just you're awake?
yeah. Trying to get the switches. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm crying in my dreams.
I mean, I'm
I see
listening.
his eyes tearing up right now.
Yeah,
I understand.
How glittery.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh well, but this is a nice bridge. Oh.
I want to do a little nice bridge now when this moment is done. You know, so
Yeah,
this
we're
emotional
done.
moment
We're
right here
done,
in the 5th episode of the NintenDUO Podcast, which is, you know, as you know, us two. This makes me go back, you know, long back to the past. You know, like I wish, you know, in the past, as we always say, as humans, because humans, I mean, humans do like progression in general, because otherwise we wouldn't be here. Life wouldn't, we would stop, we would just be in caves. We do like progression, but also humans in general, most people, humans. We always say quotes like, yeah, in the past, you know, it was better. We say those things like when tariffs, for example, are being placed, or when prices are being raised, when bottles of wine get more expensive, or Pikachu plush dolls, you know, like, yeah, in the past, you know, it wasn't this expensive. In the past, Netflix was just $11, and now it's 18, you know, in the past. And now I'm saying this as a little bridge. This makes me go back to the past, you know. And if you look to your right, Remco, on the table, then you understand where I'm going to, you know, with this little bridge.
We're going
Yes,
to the past.
we're going to the past. Run for it, Marty. 6.5 gigawatts
To the past.
to the past. So, it is time for Retro Rewind N64 Edition.
Retro rewind.
Retro Rewind.
Retro rewind with Tim.
Sung by Remco Chun, live here in this living room.
Beautiful.
So, Retro Rewind. Last week, it was the first episode of this Retro Rewind N64 edition on our channel. We have separate Retro Rewinds. Yes, the news is done. We're going to dive deep into the past. This is a book that my mother gave to me. Hello, Ilona. And I thought, what is nice if we would use this book here in the podcast. So, Remco is now going to pick a game. And he's gonna, how do you say it in English? Like, fungeren, you know, he's gonna fungeren. He's gonna,
I gotta change like the
he's gonna
some
change
words,
the names,
some-
you know, like if,
switch it up.
for example, there's Luigi and Mario, and he will say other names, because otherwise I will guess the game immediately. So Remco's gonna read the description of an N64 game. This book contains all Nintendo 64 games ever made in the history of the N64. And I will try to guess it. And Remco's gonna make it as hard as he can. And well, that's it. And you at home can also try to guess this game, and let us know down below if you guessed it before I guess it, or maybe I will not be able to guess it and you do. Let us know.
Ah.
So, just something in between. So Remco, did you find something already?
Yeah, I found something. Yeah.
Okay.
So the game is, well, I'm gonna read you a little story from this nice Nintendo 64 book. If you read this, the SNES encyclopedia is still available at all good booksellers. And if you pardon the cheap plug, okay. You've already read about how Nintendo repurposed its panel, the Pawn Lord of the Rings game, as a Lord of the Rings game in the West in an attempt to make the game a little more appealing to Western players. Nintendo decided to try the same trick again, a Nintendo 64 sequel, but this time there was no Japanese equivalent. While Nintendo did indeed create a Nintendo 64 panel, the Lord of the Rings game.
Can you move the mic a little bit further away from you? Because I think maybe, yeah, just a tiny bit, yeah.
And so where was I? A game in Japan. It ultimately was released and was instead included as a part of Nintendo's Lord of the Rings collection for the GameCube.
A lot of Lord of the Rings, I hear.
As a result, Frodo, a special version of the panel, the Lord of the Rings, based on the Frodo animated TV series, had no Japanese equivalent, and is now one of the few Frodo games to have only been released in the West. The game plays exactly like other games in the panel, the Lord of the Rings series. Players are given a well which is filled with colored rings.
I feel like I can guess something here.
Okay, well, you
It
first.
feels to me like Dragon Quest.
Well, we're not there yet, folks. So I'll continue. And
Okay. Because that's
No Dragon Quest.
no
that's
dragons.
how it feels.
No Dragon
Oh
Quest.
yeah, but I understand why. But
You understand why? Because it feels a lot like Dragon Quest, yeah. But okay.
Okay, well then.
But I feel that it's in this corner at least. The same corner of Dragon Quest. I feel that, like it's in that corner.
Trying to put me in the corner
With the letter F, I think maybe. But okay, let's.
yeah, whatever. Okay, well, let's continue because it's still wrong. So players are given a well which is filled with colored Frodos and have a small cursor that's two hobbits wide. Using this cursor, of course, players can swap two Frodos that are next to each other, or slide a Gandalf sideways if there's something next to it, in an attempt to match up the Sauron or Gandalf or three more hobbits of the same color. Extra hobbits are slowly ascending and pushing the rings well upwards. So the aim is to keep shuffling and clearing hobbits.
It's very easy now.
In order to stem and flow and make sure the ever-risking Sauron doesn't eventually reach the top of the screen.
Wait. Oh, okay, look. You know that this reminds me now of a certain game. You know exactly what game this reminds me of now.
No, we don't.
No, but Remco maybe does, because it starts with the letter P. But I think that would be too obvious if you would choose this game starting with the letter P. That would be too obvious. But it looks like the same mechanic, Kind of. All the shuffling and all the filling up of the screen, Pika pika.
No, man, it's not about. No.
No, it's...
No?
that-
No?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
No.
Well, is that your answer, or I'm going to continue, right?
Well, it looks a lot, like the same game mechanics as in this game where they're screaming and screaming and screaming, but there's multiple of these games, like there's a couple of them. So, but it sounds a lot like, the screaming and bleeding of what we used to play. We made a retro remind about it also. But yeah, let's continue, Remco, because I feel there's a little bit more text there, right? Or
just a little bit more. So it's also popular in Lord of the Rings mode, and that's the main focus here. Though it can be also played solo, should you choose. Although it's a Lord of the Rings game, there's actually a plot here due to its Lord of the Rings theme.
okay.
Frodo and Gandalf are enjoying a well-earned break when Sauron calls Frodo and Gandalf and tells them they have been chosen to take part in the official ring tournament. Frodo heads to the tournament where he takes on a series of goblins that are generally follows the sequence of the main games and the animated series. First, he takes on his rival.
Okay, so I mean, this is the letter P. What I said, I mean, that's really, I'm going all in here.
Yeah.
The letter P. I think...
He's going for it, guys.
I mean, I'm going for it. So, just timestamp when I said, the letter P, because, I was wrong first with Dragon Quest. But it's both, animated. So, I mean, Dragon Quest was animated by the same guy who drew Dragon Ball Z. So,
Yeah.
And I will lock in my
Toriyama.
answer, I think. But that's, I mean, if it's really this game, then... But, okay. I think I'm going to go for Pokemon Puzzle League.
That is correct.
Oh!
Yeah, nice.
Come on, what?
Yeah,
I was doubting still a little bit.
I was
but
first this one, but this one's so hard, and I don't know if you had the game. But yeah, very, very good, very good. Well guessed.
Pokemon Puzzle League?
You don't know this game?
No, I don't know.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's hardcore. Pokemon Puzzle League
It
is a
looks
game.
like Candy Crush.
I'll show it also to the audience, maybe.
Yeah, show it to the audience. Maybe on. Maybe I show it actually on this camera.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. There you go. Pokemon Puzzle League.
Pokemon Puzzle League. So right here.
I am Ash
Right
from Pallet
here.
Town.
Yeah,
Pokemon
that looks
Puzzle
pretty
League.
much like Candy Crush.
Yeah, it's just very, very intense. Pokemon Puzzle League is a game that we used to play for hours and hours and hours, and it's very, very, very intense.
Yeah. So.
And maybe later when the cameras are off, we will show you this game for a sec. That's possible, right? Like we can show them this game later,
Yeah,
right? Like
sure.
it's just
Yeah.
working.
Yep.
But the cameras, everything's gonna go off because this is it's not a game. It's madness, and tears are gonna come.
Yeah.
And no, I mean it's like that. It's like because in Smash Brothers at least you see a fun little Mario, jumping around this, that. But in Pokemon Puzzle League, there's no time to.
Yeah.
There's no time for fun.
There's
know?
it's business.
It's really because and usually a round of Pokemon Puzzle League for regular people would take like how long would it take? 2 minutes, 3 minutes? I don't know. Like a round of like a game.
Yeah.
3, 4 maybe. I don't know. Now 4's already no.
4 is only that's
Quite a lot.
long.
Then
Yeah.
you're like, okay. But Remco and I, when we were in top shape, Pokemon Puzzle League. I mean, these matches, 10 minutes, 11 minutes,
Yeah.
14, 15 minutes sometimes even, that, and the thing is, endlessly we're making combos, because if you're even for a second stopping,
You have
with
to
the combo.
focus. You have to focus.
If you stop with the combo, it's over, you're done. The screen fills up, bam, you're done. You have to keep making combos, combos,
You have to
endlessly.
scream.
So it's like Tetris too.
It's insane. It's really insane. And the Pokemons are also screaming in the background. That's what makes it so nice. So, for example, Remco plays with Pikachu, and I got another Pokemon, and then you hear this Pikachu, Pika, Pika, and they're screaming, and very intense, keeps going, and there's music, and also the taunting in between the worlds will be behind. Can you do your Gary thing? He's gonna do
Too good for you?
yeah, stuff like that, and your skills need sharpening, and then the whole time, yeah. It's insane. I understand you, Tim, because you.
We will show you.
I missed out on that, yeah.
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 The book was also saying like it's kind of like Tetris Attack. That's what the book was also saying,
Oh.
and in Japan it was more popular.
Why
that
was there
was
so
the
many Lord of the Rings in this? Like,
It was
That was the disguise word.
that was the disguise. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, instead of what word was it? Like, instead of Pokemon?
Pokemon. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Instead of
The
Pokemon.
Pokemon games like.
like
and,
Lord.
then Ash like Frodo and
Yeah.
and then Professor Oak was Sauron.
Because then I was doubting, and I said the letter P. But then, of course, when he said animated TV show, if you would have changed that maybe to, I don't know, live action, I wouldn't have,
Yeah.
You understand? Cause
Yeah, but it was totally different. Though.
yeah, but if you change that, for example, to high-selling book series or something, then, I wouldn't have guessed it. Because I was doubting, like, okay, Pokemon Puzzle League or this, another puzzle game, like Dr. Mario. The puzzle game sucks, I'm sorry. The character is nice in Smash Brothers, but I was not sure, because there's multiple puzzle games. I've
Yeah, I know.
Pujo.
I know,
You
but
Pujo.
Pujo, Pujo.
Puju puju.
Pujo. Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh,
And
that's
with
bad
that,
vibes.
I think that's bad vibes. I
Bad
think that's that's very bad actually. I think that's a good end of this podcast.
Yeah, I
so
think so. We discussed lots of things and
we discussed lots of things and
lots.
I mean, okay.
Yeah. And Tim had fun. Our first guest.
Thanks
over
for
here.
having me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
of
It was fun having you here, and I hope you learned a little bit more about Nintendo and
About Pokemon, Tetris, crossover
Awesome.
things.
and
About how the Switch 2 is unavailable.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I have to wait 5th of June and just go to the store in Germany, to the media market.
I'll check it out.
Are you really? I don't feel like you're gonna check it out at all. Like you're not gonna buy a Switch 2.
No, I'm not gonna buy a Switch 2. But
Yeah,
if
so-
you guys are out of Switch 2s here, you can call me and I can get you a Switch 2 from Germany, maybe.
Yeah, it will be just more expensive in Germany probably, but yeah.
Yeah.
Better than no Switch 2.
That is true. So yeah, Tim, thank you very much for being here as a silent sidekick. You were here, but Tim is also here for another reason, because we're gonna ask him 10 questions about Nintendo, and if you want to see that, linked down below will be the video. Where this intense,
It's
questionnaire is
questionnaire
will happen.
And you will see my downfall.
Yeah, so that's the main reason actually.
That's
But
why.
thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys so much.
Good luck with pre-ordering your Switch 2 and your Amiibos, and I see you in the next episode. And thank you, Remco, for being you.
Yeah, thank you, Tycho. Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.